Hello, my name is Donna Pachowski and I'm one of the educators with Bywater Solutions. I'm very excited to show you a new plugin today, the Curbside Pickup Plugin, and in this tutorial we're going to focus on the configuration of the plugin. We are absolutely delighted to share the Curbside Pickup Plugin for Koha with you all. With this handy tool, patrons will be able to schedule the time for curbside pickup through the OPAC, and staff will be able to manage the entire process through the staff interface. This is a work in progress, and there's going to be more enhancements, but it is fully functional and ready for you to use at this point. Patrons do not have to have items on hold in order to schedule an appointment, so if you are doing things like book bundles or drive-up printing or anything similar, you can use this tool also. This plugin does require the patch from bug 26163. You'll want to ask your support provider if they can patch your server and restart Plaque before you install the plugin. The plugin is found from the Bywater's GitHub site. Once you've installed the plugin, you will need to go ahead and configure it. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Administration, Manage Plugins. I'll see my Curbside Pickup plugin there. I'm going to click on Actions and Configure. Okay, so you'll see that I have my locations listed. I can choose which locations I'm going to set this up for. So we are going to set this up for the East Branch. The first thing is I'm going to go ahead and click the button to enable Curbside Pickup for this location. Please note that if your settings under the Libraries and Administration does not have East set as a pickup location, even if you turn this on through Curbside, those holds and that functionality will not override your preferences in that library setup. So make sure that your locations are all set as pickup locations under Libraries. My next step is to set my pickup interval. So basically this is how often do I want an appointment scheduled. So I'm going to say every 15 minutes. So this means patrons will be able to schedule appointments at 4, 4:15, 4:30, 4:45. Next, I need to choose how many patrons can schedule appointments for that time period. So I only want 2 patrons per appointment window, so that'll be 2 patrons every 15 minutes that I'll be working with. And then my last option is whether or not I want patrons to be able to schedule their own pickups for this location. And I do want patrons to be able to schedule this themselves, so I'm going to go ahead and click that checkbox to enable that. Next, I'm going to go ahead and enter my pickup hours. So for the East location, we're going to go ahead and schedule Tuesdays for 1600 to 1830. So yes, it needs to be in the 24-hour time format. And if 24-hour time format ever confuses you, just remember that to subtract 12 from the number. So for instance, with 16, if I'm subtracting 12, that means it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay. Wednesdays, we're going to go ahead and schedule this for 9:30 to 11:30. So we're only going to do these at the East Branch on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And then for my main library, I'm going to go ahead and enable this also. There we'll do 15 minutes. There we have a few more staff members, so I can go ahead and do 4 patrons per interval. I do want my patrons to be able to schedule their curbsides. And we're going to go ahead and set the main library for Tuesdays from 1300, which is 1 o'clock in the afternoon, to 1530. And then Wednesdays, they're not going to do that, but they will be able to do it on Thursdays from 11 o'clock in the morning to 1400, which is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay. Once I've done this for all of the libraries that I'm going to be using for this, I can just go ahead and click on Save Configuration. Then you can always double check by coming back in here under Actions, Configure, and it will go ahead and show you all of your settings in here. So if you do need to adjust anything, it's very easy to be able to do. So configuration is pretty easy peasy, right? Next video will be on actually using the plugin from the staff client, and then we'll be doing a third video on using it from the OPAC. This tutorial has been a presentation of Bywater Solutions.